1. The climax of the World Cup qualifiers were as good as they have been in around 2 decades. Mo Salah single-handedly hauled Egypt to Russia 2018, opening the scoring and then holding his nerve to hammer home a 95-minute penalty to beat Congo 21. It sparked wild celebrations on the streets of Cairo, and it was all too much for this fan in his living room. Panama City witnessed a similar explosion of joy when Roman Torres lashed home a late winner to seal a 21 win over Costa Rica and turn the Estadio Rommel Fernández into a giant bouncy castle. Meanwhile, Lionel Messi scaled the heights in Ecuador with a sublime hattrick to ensure Argentina will indeed go to the ball. And how do you celebrate becoming the smallest nation to qualify for the World Cup if you're Iceland? Like this, of course. 2. Just some wingsuit madness. 3. The European Champions Cup kicks off this weekend with an elite matchup between Ulster and Wasps. It wasn't always thus. Here's the story of the first ever Heineken Cup match, between the eventual champions, Toulouse, and Farul Constanta in front of a handful of people in the backwaters of Romania. 4. The Las Vegas Golden Knights take to the ice with some heroes. 5. An open goal miss for the ages from Harkemase boy Dennis van Duinen. To add to his pain, his team's 20 lead was turned into a 32 defeat. Player misses open goal in Dutch 4th Division. Video 6. The BYU Cougars may be 15 on the field, better call Cosmo. Meanwhile, in this post-truth world, a commentator on Eastern Michigan v Toledo decides that a failed kick was far more dramatic and successful than it actually was. Our favorites from last week's blog: 1. John Aldridge enters a talent contest, wins and sings Lily the Pink. Obviously. 2. Trebriand Cricketer 1976 film on how the game became a substitution for violent and destructive tribal battles. 3. Overeagerness in the Continental Hockey League. 4. Meanwhile in Tanzania. 5. Meanwhile in Chile. 6. Demetrius Johnson remains the greatest MMA fighter out there, retaining his UFC title for a record 12th time last weekend. Here he dispatches Ray Borg in stunning fashion. Spotters badges Stuart RG, who brought oranges, for Cedrium, Black Caesar. Guardian YouTube football channel. Subscribe if you fancy. Guardian YouTube sport channel. Subscribe if you fancy.